All right, Cancer. There's going to be some pretty emotional conversations, I think, that take place. Either that or you're going to hear about an emotional conversation through the grapevine. You're worried about that people are gossiping about you. They are, but not the way you think. I think that some of you, I felt it pretty strongly when I was getting into your energy, and I'm seeing some evidence of it here in the tarot. Some of you are going to hear something that surprises you that comes out of another person's mouth, but they're not saying something bad about you. They're saying something good. I think you have a person around you that may struggle to apologize or open up to you. They may open up to another person. That person may come to you. Like heard it through the grapevine. You'll hear some unexpected revelations, I'm hearing. But some of you are going to have some direct face-to-face conversations where everyone's kind of trying to push emotions out of it. But that's probably because everyone is very emotional. No matter what greatness you have achieved and how much you are loved, rage can reverse all of this in the blink of an eye. Take a deep breath and remain calm. The real strategy will reveal itself. I do have a King and Queen of Swords on the table. They are solutionists and strategists. So I think that you guys are like, everyone's trying to push emotions out of it because they don't want to lose control. There's also stuff from the past that wants to be healed finally. So Spirit is saying, try to control your emotions right now. Also, this is a time to count your blessings and know that prosperity lies ahead. Wealth and power surround you. Smooth journeys lie ahead. Make the best of this time. Remain productive right now. Be humble and be modest. Appreciate what you have and remember who has stood by you. Okay. It's definitely a time to also count your blessings and focus on what you do have versus what you don't have, and prosperity. It does lie ahead. You are in alignment with the power of the heavens and the strength of the earth and the harmony of the people. Oh, you know, I felt quite a bit of like leadership opportunity coming in for you right now as well, Cancer. You're in harmony with a lot of people and you're in alignment with heaven and earth as well. So now might be a good time to step into a leadership role. A lot of people feel that like you bring a lot of harmony. I'm hearing that very strongly. Receive the generosity and abundance that's flowing towards you. Be self-effacing and gracious. Yeah. Thank yous, counting your blessings, looking up and going, wow, my life is actually really great. It could be worse. Things are kind of amazing for me right now. There is a lot of amazingness around you and for you right now, but about anything that's overwhelming, it's just really important to control your emotions at this time. For some reason, they wanted me, my second deck they wanted me to pick up was the Untold Truth of the Heart. I don't typically do that unless I already see evidence that there's like a romantic partnership in focus. So I thought it was odd that they wanted me to start with this deck because it typically speaks to intense emotional connections, but they did. What came out was second chance, making amends, opportunity, and plans, and epiphany, realizations, understandings, and awakenings, but boundaries. No drawing the line. Depth is at the bottom of the deck, though. Complexity, awareness, importance. Someday, somewhere, another time. Apology. I'm alone. Okay. But messages of love, what came out of that deck was retreat. Time alone or in nature will help you recharge. Sorry, guys, I'm losing my voice. Regret. Someone feels remorse for the way they treated you, and different pages. I'm so sorry. I'm going to have to pause this camera and have a drink. You and someone else are on different pages. Past life love. So, Cancer, I definitely feel like just based on the oracle messages alone, and I can see it here in the tarot, like, wow, the tarot told the story. Someone's having some epiphanies. I think that as you and another person have gone off and spent some time alone, and they're having epiphanies, they're having regrets, they're realizing the two of you were on different pages. I think this person with the depth card and the boundaries card coming out and the past life love card, your soul remembers this connection. I feel like someone has had some time to think about something and they're having an epiphany about like your no meaning no and your yes meaning yes and why. I hear that some of you in the past gave someone like you went through a final straw and a final no, and They wouldn't take no for an answer, and now they're realizing it. There could be healing, though, with the Six of Cups here and the Two of Cups, because that is a card of forgiveness and no bridges burned and only happy memories, not sad memories. Kids can be involved as well. You could have known this person a long time. You may feel like you knew them in a past life, but for what it's worth, past life connections don't have a lot of bearing on the present moment, unless, of course, you want to over-romanticize that and live your life for that. I don't. That's just me. But your soul may remember a connection from a past life. Some kind of karma needs to be righted. So someone really wants to come and talk to you. I think they are going to struggle to be vulnerable, but they're going to try. Overall energy of the person coming towards you is justice. The way they feel is the Ace of Swords. They see you as the Two of Cups. Yeah, I think they want to make something right with you. I think they're realizing that they've gotten some consequences that they probably deserved. And they didn't realize they needed those consequences until like now. What you need to know are your advice is the Moon, and the final outcome is the Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, interesting. Sorry, guys, I had to pause the camera and clear my throat. I don't get it. I've been talking all morning. The minute I go to read tarot, I can't speak. My throat chakra might be blocked up because it looks like you and this person are going to talk, or someone wants to talk, but they're struggling to open up. You could be dealing with a Libra too. I have Justice here twice. I have the King and the Queen of Swords. You could be dealing with a Libra. I'm a Libra. And what I have to say about Justice is when I'm right, I say I'm right. But when I'm wrong, I say I'm wrong. Justice often feels like a consequence or a punishment. It's not. It's physics. It's Newton's law. For everything you do, there's going to be an equal a reaction to it. So it's like consequences, cause and effect. Someone's getting justice. Clarifying this is the Ace of Swords, the Nine of Swords, and the Five of Cups. I honestly think you have a person around you that wakes up in the middle of the night and worries whether or not they're going to get into heaven. Because they look really anxious. It's like they're having a realization. When we get justice to the Ace of Swords, this is right, this is fair, this is pretty clear, this is how it is, this is the truth. And as this person realizes this truth, it brings a lot of anxiety and a lot of regret. Fear and regret, anxiety, someone's worried about a final consequence or an outcome. Because justice is here twice, I did see a lot of family cards flipping around, like Ten of Pentacles, Ten of Cups, but they did not fall out. This might be about a divorce, potentially, with justice being here. But someone's sort of going, oh my God, what have I done here? They're not searching their soul about it, though, but they're close. Like, that's as close to the Hermit as we can get, I think. Because the Hanged Man is here, too. The way this person's feeling is the Ace of Swords, so they do have clarity. They've had some kind of epiphany and a breakthrough, and you did get an epiphany card. They're realizing something. Clarifying this is the Eight of Swords, the Hanging Man, and the Queen of Swords. Okay. This Queen of Swords may be another person, not you. Because you guys usually show up as the Queen of Cups, but you're showing up as the Queen of Wands today. So this could be you. This could be someone else. The first thing I heard was someone else at some point in time says something to either you or this person. Like, that Queen of Swords is a giver of sound advice. Like, she said something that really made them overthink, but then they suddenly see her point of view and they're like, oh my God, she's right. Holy shit, she's right. Like, she gave me the answer. She gave me the solution. She told the truth. I did not want to hear it. I don't like it. I felt bad about it then. I feel bad about it now. As much of a struggle as it is for me to accept this truth, I cannot unsee what I have seen. It's almost like this person got backed into a corner and had no choice but to face their own karma. We've all been through that, right? I would definitely say this person's going through humility, but you could be the Queen of Swords, or it could be them. Like, for some of you, if you're dealing with an air sign, I'm looking at it and I'm like, have I pissed off any Cancerians lately? Because this is how I would handle it. I would be like, holy shit, what have I done? Yep, I have to admit it. I have to admit it. I have to come clean. I have to be honest. So you could have a feminine around you coming to you and saying, I fucked up and I screwed you over and I'm really sorry. That could be happening for you this week. I also, again, heard that someone may come in and give advice. She may have told him something or her something. I'm hearing a bit of a triangulation, like some things may come to light for you or this person that like brings all the pieces together and makes a person realize that they have to admit that they were stressed, admit that there were things they didn't want to see. They do have regrets. I feel like you told them about themselves. Cancerians are very kind and loving people, but you have a breaking point. I mean, you're not a doormat. They want to talk to you, and they see you as a person that they can talk to. It's also possible that this is just an important conversation that you have with someone. Or that they have. Clarifying this is justice, strength, and the King of Swords. I'm also hearing that this person finds out that they've lost you completely. And they're like, welp, I kind of deserved that. I don't really want to have too much of an emotional reaction to it, though. It's like they're really sucking it up with justice and strength here. It's also possible that this isn't romantic. You may be deciding to leave a job or part ways. I'm hearing that some of you may have filed I'm hearing something about like workman's comp, a class action lawsuit, perhaps. No, it's not that. It's like severance pay. Some of you have to have kind of an intense conversation with someone that really does require you to like push your feelings aside, be the bigger people. Like you have to be the bigger person. They have to be the bigger person. You have to talk about logistics and honesty and fairness. There's something that's going to make this person a little queasy. The masculine looks like he's going to try to handle it very well, but he is coming off as somewhat detached. These two people might be like not the other person involved over here. You're just going to hear stuff. Watch out for too many people getting involved. I'm hearing that like a friend or a mother or someone's sister may come to you and be like, yeah, he's really sorry now. And he'll be like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm fine. I'm detached. I'll take my punishment, but whatever, I'm not dying inside. Like you won't see me cry. You won't see my tears. I'm hearing that. Here's what you need to know or your advice. The moon. Emotional Pisces energy here. But the moon is you. I do not know why the moon represents Pisces in the tarot. You're ruled by the moon, but y'all are the Chariot, and you did get the Chariot. So there are heavy emotions. There is illusion. Things are not as they seem. Intense and heavy emotions and a lack of clarity. There has been illusion, there has been delusion, but the truth does want to come out. Someone wants the truth to come out, but clarifying this is the Five of Wands, the Page of Cups, and the Seven of Wands. You know, for quite some time, Cancer, I think that what you need to know is this person they didn't want to hear it from other people. They're also, I think, imagining worst case scenarios as well. Like they're worried that you won't open up to them. They're worried that there's still going to be tension. They're worried about other people's opinions. All of those things may still be a factor, right? Like other people might still be involved. We don't live on an island, right? It's like someone wants to be vulnerable, but I think that they're afraid of too much, or you're afraid of too much. That's why the boundaries card came out. It's like we can have a conversation, but we might need a mediator or something. Some of you might be getting mediation, trying to work things out through court. This King and Queen of Swords with strength and justice. Those could be court-appointed mediators as well, or lawyers. There could be a child involved. Someone doesn't want the kid to get involved. But it's like, I think that someone is struggling to stop triangulating other people. They struggle with vulnerability. I also think they're afraid if they open up that you'll want them to I'm hearing someone say, I'm willing to apologize for this, but I'm not willing to take the blame for everything. I heard that. I'm not willing to take the blame for everything. And the final outcome is the Seven of Pentacles. This is really going to make everybody think. It's going to make you think. It's going to make them think. I do think it's going to come in on messages, maybe late at night. This could change a lot as well. Yep, and there's Judgment down there. You may get some kind of a message that you don't 100% understand, but you know it'll change your fate and destiny to some degree, or it makes you rethink everything. But someone is nostalgic right now, thinking about the past. You versus them. I think this is this person. Like, what What am I waiting to see happen here? This is interesting. Clarifying this is the devil, the Six of Swords to Temperance. You could have been dealing with a Capricorn or a Sagittarius. But I always find it interesting when the devil and temperance come out together. I call that midnight in the garden of good and evil. One kind of represents excessiveness and debauchery, and the other, temperance, represents a moderation. So going from obsession and feeling like chained and bound to something in a way that we struggle to ignore, and then moving on to something that's a little bit more calm. I feel like this person is trying to change their ways to a degree. And like, I also think they're saying, God, there was a time that Cancer just was stuck to me like glue, and now Cancer doesn't care at all. Or like, I'm hearing also woulda, coulda, shoulda. I wanted to know what the devil was. Poor Capricorn, their card is the devil. But when I read for Capricorn, the meaning kind of changes. But I was like, what is this about? What is the devil about? Clarifying this is the King of Wands, the Eight of Cups, and the King of Cups. Wow. Okay, we have 3 kings on the table. There could be or could have been quite a few people involved. I'm hearing for a few of you, this King of Wands and King of Cups were people that were involved, but they don't want to be anymore, and they've moved on. They don't give a shit. This person, this King of Swords or the Queen of Swords, is thinking about them. I'm also hearing that the masculine might be trying to give up player ways. They might be trying to give up an addiction of some kind, something that they've done that's not good for them or healthy for them. I'm actually seeing that like what they need to walk away from is being so emotional and being so affected and unstable and being an emotional whirlwind all the time. Getting something together, having more confidence, focusing on their grand vision. I'm also hearing that someone may be thinking about giving up like player ways or being self-centered and trying to get into their heart space and their heart chakra. Trying to be more balanced, but this is something they think about in their past. You might be waiting for something to happen here. You may start to see this person change. It's very interesting what they're going through. And I was like, what's going on with this person? Illuminate this more for me with this person. Healing your heart, rejection, and then pay attention to the details here. Also, out of the Lenormand, the whip, the fox, and the moon. Okay. First of all, I can see that this person does feel rejected. They are trying to heal their heart. They're starting to pay attention to details. That's what's going on here. They're having these epiphanies like, oh my God, Cancer was right. Like, I wasn't paying attention, and now as I look at these details, I realize what I did wrong. I realize why I was rejected, but it's still a struggle for them. Like, they feel like they're being whipped. They feel like a whip is being cracked on them right now, but they are trying to get away from it. There are some things they struggle to be accountable for, Cancer. And they're really confused and emotional. The moon is here twice. This person might be you might be seeing trauma-driven behavior in this person, like this Page of Cups. This might be stuff that happened in the past. This person might be reliving their own trauma and acting it out. They can't see that, like it's happening, but they can't see it. They keep getting hurt. They keep getting rejected. But as they pay attention to the details, they're realizing they have to change something. Or they have to be more authentic. They don't know how to be. This was a learned pattern in childhood. They also are trying to pick a path to move forward and be a grown-ass man. This person might have been a mama's boy. Their mother might be dead. They won't let her go. She might be deceased. She might be dying. They won't let her go. That's weird. That's going to be very specific for a few of you. I just looked down through that deck. But here's how this person sees themselves. They see themselves as the Eight of Pentacles. They're working. They're trying to mind their own business. They may work a lot right now. This might be about career for them. And then the moon is in their feelings. We've got the moon coming out a lot. This person is very emotional. This person has it in them to be very instinctual and intuitive. But this is about what direction to go in life. I mean, we have the Two of Wands and the two doors here. Like, what do I do? What do I want? I clarified the Two of Wands and I got the Nine of Swords, the Nine of Cups, and the Magician. Wow. Cancer, you need to know that this person is having a very important moment and a very interesting moment. It's like they don't know what really makes them happy. A part of them is afraid of happiness. A part of them indulges in weaknesses. They're like, I love this Magician card in this deck. This is Bianco Nero. I can't remember the guy's name. That's his deck. I love the Magician. He's looking at his wand like, what can I do here? What am I capable of? What power is in the palm of my hands? What makes me happy? What makes me anxious? What am I manifesting? They're afraid to manifest the wrong choice. They know that no one's going to do it for them either. They don't know where to go now. They don't know what to do. They know that no one will do it for them. It's almost like whatever has happened here, Cancer, has put this person in a situation where they really, really need to get clear about their feelings, what direction they want to go in life, where, like, if they've experienced rejections, why? Why have they experienced rejection? This person needs to start thinking about that. They need to pay attention to these details. This is really interesting. This is where you're going. This is what you have to say about all this. Hurt. You're hurt, but forgiveness. You will forgive them, I think. You're very forgiving people. I know. You and Sagittarians, you forgive people. Pisces is a little bit better at forgiving people, but you will forgive. I'm hearing that you're hurt, you're trying to be forgiving, and you want a fresh start. You're going to seize new opportunities and navigate carefully. You want to disconnect and relax. You're going to embrace change. You're going to regain control. Yep, that's where you're going. You're going somewhere. You're going to seize a new opportunity and have a fresh start at something. And I don't know. I don't think it's with this person. I really don't, because the way you see yourself right now is the Ten of Swords, but the way you're feeling is the Fool, and your action is the Queen of Wands. Okay, who's got the North Node in Aries, or the Chiron in Aries? That's what it looks like. Of course, the North Node is in Aries right now. That's what I'm seeing here. You're like, did this hurt me? Absolutely. I felt super stabbed in the back, but I'm moving on and I'm moving forward and I'm claiming independence. Me, myself, and I. That's that Queen of Wands. Either that or some of you are dating a new person that's an Aries or a fire sign. But like, you're like, nope, I wore my red dress to the funeral. Thanks very much. You are not as upset as people think you are. That's the other thing here, is that people might be wondering why you're not more upset. And you're like, why don't you all mind your own business? I'm sitting here looking great. That's all you need to know. And I'm not seeing an irritation card or like you're hiding, but I did hear that, like, all y'all need to mind your own business. I wanted to know where the Queen of Wands and you was going, and I have the Chariot. There you are. Death and the Ace of Cups. Some of you aren't getting involved with a Scorpio. Or it's like forward motion, transformation. I feel like right now, Cancer, you are like, I am death itself. I understand the energy of Scorpio. Like you do. You understand the annihilation and endings, and what they really mean is that they bring new beginnings when you can move on, right? Only when you move on, and you're moving on and you're opening up to new love. That's what you're doing here. This did not break you at all. You are going to overcome your obstacles and challenges. You will allow for transformation. You are transforming. I kind of get the sense that you are handling something different than you ever handled it before. I think this might be you, though. I'm hearing this all gives you pause because you might be seeing this person change their ways. You might be seeing them change their ways. They may also be walking away from a person that was a bad influence on them. Like they may have fire in their chart, and that's really great and all, but now they're getting more into the water in their own chart. Of course, that could be you, the King of Cups. You might have been too generous in the past, but now you're not. This person doesn't know what you're going to say. I'm going to do an extended reading because I feel like it's not that you don't care. I can see that you're hurt and you do want there to be a forgiveness between the two of you, but you're really open to new things. I think you don't want to hear from this person. They still seem to want to work with you. Yeah. Okay. Now it makes sense. There might be family or children involved. And you're like, I don't know. I don't know about this. But there could be kids involved. I am going to do an extended because I do think you're going to get an apology that you want to hear. But I don't know, this person might be a little trauma bondy still, and I want to get to the bottom of what they want from you, okay? And I want to see if it's going to mess with your fresh start or not. Or like, because I kind of get the sense that someone might be trying to pull you back, and you're not 100% sure, and you want to know that. Take care. I love you guys. I'll see you next time.